She was a receptionist. I was a struggling voiceover talent. We met at Audio Productions, and Steff Mahan and I became fast friends. I love her music, I love her spirit, and I know that you will love her too. Her new album is called Enough, and we sat together at a Panera and had lunch and a great conversation. I'm inviting you along.
Yeah, love brings out your best. Love brings out your worst. Love is like a river flowing and leaves you dying of thirst. So why do I keep trying? 'Cause I know love's out there worth finding.
Your slug line after your name, what's it going to say?
That. It's going to say that. One time I was called Mary Chapin Carpenter meets Indigo Girls. But I like to say I'm not quite as smart as Mary Chapin or as angry as the Indigo Girls. So somewhere between that. But I do write truthful, and I write from my heart. And once you hear one of my shows, you know who I am. You never leave. You might not know me when you come, but when you leave my show, you'll know who I am. And you'll kind of relate to me, I think.
You've always used humor. You've always used humor in between your songs, even if they're heartbreak. And I wonder, does that help? You do that to help the music go down a little bit easier for your audience or for you?
I think for me, but I don't want anyone to leave and go, oh my God, she's so depressing, because I'm not. But and I'm not depressed, but I'm honest again, and everyone's had a broken heart. And I think I want people to have a roller coaster ride. And I'm kind of like a horror movie. Like, you go to a horror movie and you like them because no matter how bad life gets, at least you're not being chopped up by a mutant. Well, that's my music, see? And, at least I'm not her. So that's how people leave my shows. Sad but true.
I've been trying to move, but it's slow. Some days I look back, there are days I wanna go. I still wake up crying, been a hard year of goodbye. Maybe it's a poor excuse, but this broken heart and these concrete shoes.
What was the name of the first song you ever wrote?
Oh, gosh. Well, my mom says it was about a farmer who went out. I was 2, my very first song. I was 2 when I wrote my first song, and a farmer and all his animals had died. I was always a depressive. And she said this farmer had so many animals. He had elephants and zebras and every animal you knew. This was like a 20-minute song. And the zebra had died, and the elephant had died, and the cow died. And she said I ended it with, boo-hoo. That was my first song.
That's hilarious. 2 years old, though, but it did set you up.
It did.
It did set you up to be a writer, and you kind of learned very quickly. Now, when was the first time you sang on a stage and you did an original song?
9. It was not a really good song. I'd taken a poem that I'd read somewhere and just put music to it, and did that. But then I didn't really play again until I got in high school. And my dad, who was the elder of the Church for Christ, took me to my first bar at 14 to do a show at the VFW in Broughton, Illinois. Woo! But yeah, so it was kind of cool.
When you write music, is there a style, is there a format that would play it? Or are you just the singer-songwriter who says, this is what I feel today?
I think I'm more of like that, singer-songwriter I write from what I feel. And sometimes I'm happy and sometimes I'm funny, and I don't write to have a hit song. But I wish I would, It's one of those things you write, and I know when it's ready. I know when it's the right song, and I feel it. It's one of those things you just feel, when it's right.
And I'm burned by torch, burned by torch, burned by torch. I'm caring for you. I'm burned by torch, burned by torch, burned by
When you go on the road, you got to really love playing your music for people when you're a troubadour, when you're a singer-songwriter and you're going out, because let's face it, it's lonely to pack up and you're either on a plane, but more often than not, you're in a car and you're just packed up and you got your CDs in a suitcase. What's the thing that keeps you going when it gets tough on those kind of trips?
I think you really, really, really have to love people. And I love people. Oh, my gosh. And I met some of my best friends on the road. And so when I'm on the road and I'm going to a new place, it's a little sadder. But usually I'm going to places where I know somebody. And it's like coming home. And I always, my tagline and all my posters is, get ready for some hugging. Because I love to hug my friends when I get to see them. Mm-hmm. But when I'm going to a new place, I always kind of get sad when I leave because I'm leaving new friends. And but it's a hard life. And I do a lot of thinking out on the road, but I write some of my best songs when I'm in the car, just thinking and stuff. And I don't know, I will never ever get tired of it, I don't think. Even if I have to, go in a wheelchair. I love it.
You know what they say about doing what you love? You never work a day in your life.
Exactly. And you don't get paid a lot, but that's okay. I would rather do something I love and struggle financially than be rich and be sitting behind a desk not happy. I just think you pay for happiness in other ways, but I like it.
What's your favorite song that you've ever written? There's usually a song that you just go, I'm really glad I was part of this.
Oh, gosh. There's songs that I think are more hit-worthy that I'm really proud of, but people request this one song called Happen to See the Moon, and that's on my first record. It's just really poetic and heartfelt, and I think that's one of my favorites. And people will send me big pictures and put them on my Facebook or send them to me on the phone, and it'll have a big moon, and I just want to know if you happen to see the moon. And I think that's one of my favorite songs.
And it's almost as big as the love that we once knew. I'm just calling to see if you happen to see the moon. 'Cause I don't want to stand in the way of the light. I swear that's not why I called tonight.
Writing for a hit and writing a song, and you don't always think of those as two different things, but in Nashville we're schooled that it is.
Right. And I think some of my favorite songs aren't hit songs, and I like a smart song. I like a song that will make you feel something, sadness, happiness, want to dance, something. And there's some great songs out there right now on the radio, but not all of them that are hits aren't, I don't think, technically great songs. But I think being honest and writing from your heart is more important than being radio friendly, I guess.
If you were to look back at 9-year-old Steff, you just stepped off stage, what would you give her, knowing now what you do, as advice for your future?
Go to college, get a real job. No, not really. I think don't ever give up and just keep loving it. Quit when you don't love it anymore. And so far I've been doing this for 30 years and I love it. I've questioned my choices sometimes, but I don't think I've ever just downright said, I'm going to quit. I can't do this anymore. Not in a minute. I've said it, but I didn't mean it when I said it. So take it back. I didn't mean it.
If someone wanted to think of some of your songs in order, if they were going to get to know you musically, what would you, in a playlist, your playlist of your first 5 songs, you would say, okay, listen to this, and listen to this, and listen to this?
Probably Not So Perfect.
So go ahead and show me everything that I can't see. 'Cause true love overlooks those things. That's how love's supposed to be. And nothing's ever perfect. No one ever said
second record. Then into Wow.
Sometimes the only word for you is wow, oh wow, oh wow.
And Love You Forever.
I'm gonna love you forever. I hope that's okay, 'cause I know when we're together, yeah, there's no way that we can win. Shake the dust from where we've been. Forget the past, 'cause life now is so much better. And I'm gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you forever.
And the song Why Do You Love Me? Those three, which means you're having a really good relationship. And then the last song would be Save Yourself.
Oh, stay in my eyes. You're killing me good. But baby, you ruined me for anyone else. Whisper me slow. Kiss me too deep. It's too late for me. It's too late for me. So save yourself. Yeah, save yourself.
And then the very, very end would be the song Back, off my newest record.
And why that song to end with? Because that's usually the one that brings it home.
Yeah, because you finally, the song's all about, like, you can keep the ring I gave you. You can keep everything else I gave you. But what I want back is that time I lost on you. I lost, 7 years of my life on you, and I didn't get anything out of it. And then the second verse is, and I want who I was. I want that back. You took a part of me, and I'm not the same, and I want me back. And then you come around and go, no matter what I did, you're not going to love me. And I still love you, and I want you back.
Used to be the girl who never felt afraid. The girl who liked the girl my mom and daddy raised. And I want me back. I want me back. I want me back.
Oh, it's so powerful and so real. And as you've done this, did people respond as if you had read their mail?
Oh, God, yeah. I've gotten a lot of emails and a lot of people asking for songs and stuff. And I had one, the very first time I played that song out, and I was still emotional with it. And I still get emotional about that song and about this whole new record. And I heard somebody, and it was that kind of when you do a really good show and you do the song and no one clapped for about 3 seconds. And I just said, it's okay if you guys want to clap. And I heard one lady go, holy crap. And she just was crying, and she just stood up and started clapping, which was good, but I think it hit something for her.
Mm-hmm. Those kind of songs where you're immobile after you hear them, that's when you've aimed that songwriter arrow really, really well, because you've said your truth. That's when people ask you about it and they go, oh, well, and you hear these songs written on sparkling generalities, but then all of a sudden something, you go, oh my God, this is really personal, but how come it's my personal story? How did they know that?
Yeah, exactly. They, and I think sometimes the song, maybe it's not such a great song, but I think maybe sometimes the performance of the song, I'm one of those kind of people who I've done certain songs hundreds and hundreds of times, and there are nights when I'm doing that song out, and I will go back exactly to the night I wrote that song. And I still do get teary-eyed, or I still giggle on stage when I wrote something, or I still get emotionally involved with all my songs, and that's good and bad, I guess. I mean, maybe sometimes people are like, time to get over it, but, you get over it when you get over it. But
What's your thing that you do as well that helps pay the bills?
I paint, and I'm an artist. Besides that, I do, but that's not the kind of painting I do. I paint like walls, and I'm kind of scary good at it. I don't know why. I have this steady hand. I don't have to tape off, and it's not horrible work. You know, you don't have to answer to anybody really, and it's kind of to yourself, and you can write and do whatever. But yeah, it ain't glamour, I'll tell you. Yeah, one day I'll send you a picture of me in my overalls, and my hair back in a bandana. Woohoo! I'm sexy.
That's the thing that sometimes the artist feels bad if they have to do something else. But I don't know anyone in the music world right now that doesn't have an avocation as well as their art.
And I was just thinking about that the other day. It's so weird because I think I'm a failure sometimes because I'm not just doing music full time. And that's what I want to do, but it's hard. I mean, music business has changed so much. And I don't think you're right. I don't think unless you are Garth Brooks, I think everyone has to have a part-time job. Mm-hmm. Something that, find something that you love to do and do it. I mean, you're not going to kill you.
Gwyneth Paltrow retired from acting, and so she can do that goop makeup stuff. So even actresses like Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, I don't ever want to wear makeup called goop. I'm sorry. I have enough goop on my face already. Just keep the wrinkles away.
Well, thank you for your time. Where can people find your music?
On all the downloads, Amazon, all of the downloads. And I'm on Spotify, and I have my own Pandora station. I know, it's kind of fun. I know. It's, some Steff Mahan. I'm just everywhere.
Where are you from?
Brighton, Illinois, originally. It's a very tiny town.
How long have you been in Nashville?
30 years this year. Yeah, and we've known each other that first year I think I met you. Wow, it's been a long time.
Well, not that long. I'm just joking.
I'm only 12. How did I do that? Oh, my gosh.
Thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I love you so much. Thank you for doing this.
Still I want you back. I want you back. No one understands why I want you back. But I want you back. Oh, back. No one understands.
SteffMahan.com is where you can find all the information about her and her new album, Enough.